Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Non-Reality, and I just wanted to make a quick video about one of the patch notes that came out today, and that is going to involve the Valtara's Clairvoyance and memory improvements. Now, if you don't know what this is one of the items you need to obtain for the Infinite MP Potion, and it is an item that a lot of people kind of got stuck on, gave up, or just took forever to basically get the piece. Now, let's read this right here. So it says, as one of the necessary ingredients to create Odor's spirit essence, Valtara's clairvoyance has been known for being much more difficult to obtain than the other ingredients, which is very true. A lot of people do take a lot of time to get this. Even the pity pieces can take, only one every 2 hours, one every hour, depending on how fast you did it, and also your mastery at the time, which we will now get into. Unlike the other ingredients that can be looted from defeated monsters, this ingredient involves an extra step with the tanning life skill. Not only did this requirement require adventurers to dabble in both PvE and life skill content, but also needed to have a bunch of gathering mastery and gear to improve their odds of obtaining the item. So what they basically mean by this is when you went for this item, you basically had to buy anywhere between 2 to 4 billion silver worth of items if you wanted a good rate at getting the drop of the piece. I personally had to buy a Tet Manos, Tet clothes, and Duo Manos accessories to get my piece, and it still took me a decent amount of time. Therefore, to address these cumbersome steps in obtaining Valtara's clairvoyance, and in the hopes of encouraging many more adventurers to rise to the challenge, we decided to lower the difficulty to obtaining Valtara's clairvoyance and memory to levels more similar to the other ingredients of Odor's spirit essence, which is a really good change. First off, we've now made it so that you have to have a low chance of losing Valtara's clairvoyance and memory from defeated monsters. Now, they say a low chance, they don't specify the exact percentage. If I had to guess, it would probably be the same or a tiny bit lower than it would be for every other piece dropping from a mob. We've also lowered HP of Farina. This is a cool update. It really doesn't affect too much anymore because they did make it so Gatherer's Clothes now have defense, and with the changes to the mastery and stuff, you no longer probably need Gathering Clothes. You might still want it for the gathering speed, just to make it go faster. But they did add defense to Gathering Clothes, so it's not too big of a deal, but it is helpful. While also making the gathering loot drops unaffected by life skill mastery. So now basically your mastery won't come into effect on getting the piece. We've adjusted the loot drop chance to be close to the previous rate when having up to 2000 life skill mastery. So basically, if you are above 2000 mastery, you might see a little bit of decrease if you are still going for the piece. I doubt a lot of people that are over 2000 mastery are still going for the piece, but if you are under 2000, you will see a good increase in getting the drops of the pity and maybe even the full piece if you're lucky. Second, regarding how long the weekly Valtara's memory quest took to both defeat and tan 3000 monsters as opposed to other weekly potion quests, we reduced the amount of monsters to 500. This is a great change because 3000 doesn't sound like a lot, but at this place, 3000 took hours, honestly. I remember I did it once and it took, I want to say like 3 to 4 hours of not like super constant grinding, but constant enough to where I was killing stuff, every minute or so. Then do note that any clairvoyance and memory obtained from hunting during events will still be affected by your hunting mastery. So they haven't changed it yet for the events where you can get the pity piece from other places. Let's read this down here. It might just be a recap, but let's see. Improve the Valtera's clairvoyance and memory obtainable from Farika and Farina of Navarran Steppes as follows. You now have a low chance to loot these on defeating Farika and Farina's. So Farika is Valtara's clairvoyance and Valtara's memory. Now the Farika are the pretty like purple, blue, the big birds, the one that you attack, and all the other birds flock. And then the Farina are the small ones that are the ones that flock, and they drop the pity piece. It's changed so that the drop rate of Valtara's clairvoyance and memory affected by your life skill is no longer affected by your life skill mastery. The gathering item drop rate effect of life skill tools are still applied. So what this basically means to me is grabbing yourself a lucky tool will be more beneficial than grabbing yourself a mastery tool. The drop rate of Valtara's memory have been increased by 4.3 times. That is pretty dope because Valtara's memory, which are the pity pieces, usually aren't worth getting. I recommend for anyone that goes for the piece to only focus the mobs that actually drop the full piece, but now with that, you'll have to see if it is more worth to go for pity as well. I personally just didn't think it was worth going for pity because one, everyone that I know has gotten the piece straight up, and also it does take energy, so now you have to spend on energy potions and all that, and I don't think it's worth. And then reduce the HP for 40%, increase the drop rate of Valtera's memory by 3.4 times for the following monsters, a bunch of other monsters during events, basically, that drop it when there is an event going on. That's basically it for this video. If you guys did like or have any questions about this, I will be in the comments like for weeks. Every single time I get a comment, I see it, a notification, and I try to respond to it if I'm not busy and I don't forget. But yeah, that's basically it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.